Greetings, YouTube. This is Daywalker 225XXXX, and I'll be continuing part 2 of my long-winded rant on Caramel Princess XXX41. The other thing that kills me is this dumbass always wants to sit here and say that, black women, never, ever do anything fucked up. They don't have any issues. They're some of the most, how can I put this? They get with white men and they don't act the same as they do with black men. Of course they don't. But the thing is you have to understand, the best of the black community, as a general rule, when you have these guys that are quote unquote in high school and are considered geeky, as you put it, and they're the ones that go out and they get the degrees and they get all the certifications and they get all the money, and they go out and they also find white women. Why? Because in high school and in earlier in college, these women didn't want these men, so you weren't even looking for these men in the first fucking place. It's not until these women get older that they realize, it's like, well, damn, maybe I shouldn't have been looking for Ray Ray and Pookie back in the day. Maybe I should have been looking for some motherfucker that was trying to go to school and make something of himself and, probably do something with himself. But, she wanted to say that black females aren't fucked up. I can name a bunch right off the bat. Dirk Nowitzki had a girlfriend named Crystal Taylor, black woman. She has a history of financial crimes and numerous identities that date back at least a decade and spans 2 states. Her gold digging ass got pregnant to keep him, and that failed. Siobhan Wade, Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, filed a lawsuit against Gabrielle Union, claiming that their relationship caused his son's emotional distress, yet fails to reveal the fact that her ass accused him of giving her an STD. It was later found out that she had the STD she accused him of, and he didn't. So somebody wasn't exactly forthcoming with evidence there, were they? Let's look at Khalees. Basically, she asked fuck Nas in their divorce, what child needs $11,000 to live on every month? You know damn good and well that her ass will be buying more ugly ass weaves and blue hair with that shit. Whoopi Goldberg and Sherry Shepherd, need I say more? These two have single-handedly set black women back 50 years. Matter of fact, Sherry Shepherd goes on record as being proud of having had so many abortions. Whoopi Goldberg openly supports Mel Gibson, but then again, she also supported Ted Danson when he did the Friars Club roast in blackface. For all y'all that don't know, that's back when you do the old Al Jolson thing. A black man paints his face black with big white mammy lips, and he was doing a roast of her, but it was in extremely poor taste. But yet and still, she supported this fucking dick after he fucking did some stupid shit like that. Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell is openly dating a married Russian billionaire. The bitch might be fine, but she's old and she's crazy as fuck. Now, do I need to say anything more about that? She routinely goes around throwing cell phones at people, slapping motherfuckers, doing all kinds of dumb shit, acting an ass in airports, accepting blood diamonds. I mean, the bitch is just nuts. Let's go on. Garcelle Beauvais-Neon. Garcelle let everyone in her husband Mike's office know that, he had been cheating on her. She went out and emailed everyone in her office and basically said, Tiger Woods, Jesse James, Mike Neon. What do they all have in common? I found out today that my husband of almost 9 years has been having an affair for 5 years with some slut in Chicago. I am devastated and I have been duped. Our boys don't need this. Yeah. Like, broadcasting that shit all over that man's office is going to make him want you back. And if he doesn't have a job, how can he pay you any child support or alimony, you fucking idiot? But sisters were cheering the fact that she got herself a white man. Let's go on. Whitney Houston admittedly used to hit Bobby Brown and assaulted him numerous times. And if you've seen Whitney here as of late, you can automatically see that Whitney Houston ain't exactly recovered. I mean, I saw her on some recent photos and she's not looking like herself. You know, not that I was ever really that big of a fan of hers, but she's really not looking right these days. Mary Woodson. Al Green was at his girlfriend Mary Woodson's house, and she was married at the time. But she started a fight with him when he told her that he wasn't going to marry her. To get away from the fight, he jumped in the shower, but while he was in there, Mary Woodson took a pot of boiling grits and dumped them over the top of the shower door. It gave Al Green third-degree burns on his back, stomach, and arms, and then she shot herself with his gun. Oh yeah, she was a keeper, huh? I'm pretty sure that a lot of strong black women would defend the fact that she was screwing around on her husband, though, right? How about Brenda Harvey, Lionel Richie's wife in 1988? Him and her were going through a rough patch, and she caught Lionel with another woman, and she started beating the hell out of him to the point where he was hospitalized for groin injuries, and she ended up being arrested for spousal abuse. Few other quick ones. Tamika Foster was married when she married and had kids when she decided to get with Usher. Shawnee O'Neal got busted cheating on Shaq. Fantasia Barrino is currently cheating with a married dude, and Iris Mack cheated with Treasury Secretary Robert Rubin. And while we're on the subject, let's not forget Lil' Kim, who slept with Biggie Smalls knowing full well that he was married. No, these women are not necessarily saints. Now, does that mean that every single female on the planet that's black is jacked up and I'm going to slam them? No, I'm not. But at the same time, I'm not naive enough to sit here and believe that all of these women are little angels. You have to basically look at things for what they are. And, I'll be the first person in the world to tell you what my criteria for a good woman is. My criteria primarily has a lot to do with the fact that I want a woman to be effeminate. I want her to be attractive. I want her to care about herself and her appearance. I want her to primarily, for the most part, be there for me when I need her, because as a man, I'm expected to be the strong one. I'm the one that's expected to, make the bacon. I got to do this. Go out every day and do whatever it takes to make sure that everything is taken care of. So when I get sick or when I'm to the point where I can't do that, then I need her to be there for me to, make sure that I'm straight. I want her to be a mother to my children. I want her to be respectful. I want her to be effeminate. I want a woman that's a woman. I don't want a man. I want a woman. I want her to be a girly girl. A lot of guys say, well, a bitch like that is high maintenance. Yeah, she might be high maintenance, but that's what I work for. I work to make sure that her toenails and her fingernails, get done, and her hair gets done nice, and that's what I want her to be able to do. I want her to be my woman. I don't want her to go out there and do the same shit that a man's doing, but that's where people have shit so fucked up, because they want, a lot of these women figure, oh, well, I gotta be the breadwinner and I gotta go out there and make mine too. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you got a man, you don't need to do that. You don't necessarily need to do that. If you got a man that's handling what he needs to handle, or a lot of them are like, oh, well, you know what, if you go around and you decide you want to fuck around on it, you know what, I'm the type of person, whereas if I make a commitment to a woman and I say that I'm going to be with her, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm not worried about other women on the planet, because I've had plenty of women. I've had more women than the average person, walking the streets. But even with that being said, and I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying, I already know what's out there in the streets. But if I marry a woman, I also know what I have at home. And to me, that's more important than some chick in the street, But in any event, that's primarily my video because I'm almost out of time here. Please feel free to leave comments and post your responses. This is Daywalker 225XXXX signing out. Peace, YouTube.